Hello, welcome to the Tech Hub Cougar Equipment Trial Balance Challenge. From this challenge, we are going to create a trial balance based on journal entries using Excel functions. And finally, we will create some KPI based on the trial balance we created. First, pull up the data file that I included in the challenge and kind of explore the data a bit. And I created a macro button on top of the worksheet for you. So if you click on the enter journals, it will take you to the bottom of the journal entries. And if you click to the go to trial balance, it will take you to the trial balance. Now we are going to create trial balance. And first we are going to start off by creating account number. We are going to use sort and unique function. Unique function is for taking all the unique value of the account number, and sort function is for creating the unique function in ascending order. So this is how it will look like. And I'm gonna choose account number as my array. Make sure to choose everything until bottom because you never know how many new account number there are going to be. So now the highest account number is 5,380, but if you create a new account, like for example 360, it will automatically add on the bottom because we chose every account number until the bottom of the worksheet. Great. So we're going to look for account name based on the account ID we just created. So I'm going to use the lookup function to do that. And choose the table array. Choose until the bottom. Make sure to choose until bottom and lock the range. And we're going to look at the second column of our selection. And we want the exact match, so type false and autofill it. Now third, we are going to create a balance for each account. Since we are going to aggregate the balance based on the account ID or account name, in this case account name, we're going to sum if the range should be the account label on the journal entry. Make sure to select it until bottom, and the criteria is the cell next to current selection. Okay, and then the sum range is our balance. There you go. So we're going to autofill this. Now we have the trial balance. We can make it look better by color coding based on the characteristic of account. For example, if it's 1,000 level account, which is asset, we can color code a certain color. If it's liability, another color, just like that. Now we are going to select the trial balance until bottom and go to the conditional formatting and new rule. Go to the bottom option because we want to create our custom formula. Now we will create 5 rules. First one is when the account ID is 0, there shouldn't be any color. And second one is if the account ID is between 1,000 and 2,000, that is asset. And the third rule will be if the account ID is between 2,000 3,000. Fourth rule, the account ID between 3,000 and 4,000. And fifth rule will be anything above 4,000. So I'm going to create the first rule first. So this formula is saying we're going to look at the J column, which is where the account ID is placed. And because the first row starts on the 6th row, we're going to put the 6th row. And notice that I didn't put the $sign to lock the row because we are going to look every row and apply the conditional formatting. So this is when the account ID is 0. So I'm not going to apply any format. Okay, next rule is when the account ID is between 1000 and 2000. That formula should look like this. And we're going to assign this green color. And the third rule we want is when the account ID is between 2000 and 3000. So new rule, apply the formula, choose the color. And the fourth rule, new rule, formula, choose color. Okay. Finally, the fifth rule, new rule, apply formula. And what color have we used yet? Just gonna choose this color. So it looks much more obvious. So yeah, we're done with this part. And now we're going to go dashboard section. We're going to use this trial balance to do the KPI calculation. If you hover over the name of each KPI, it will provide you with the formula. So for example, if you want net profit margin, it's net income divided by total revenue, and on the bottom it explains the detail about what each component means. Net income is sum of all temporary accounts, so it should be anything, any account with account ID above 4000, and total revenue, sum of all accounts with account ID between 4000 and 5000. So we are going to use SUMIF function to do this. For example, SUMIF, we're going to choose the range. Make sure to choose till bottom, and we want two criteria. So criteria is when the account ID is above 4000, some range is here. Okay, this should be this is percentage format, but if you change it to general or number format, it should reflect the income, net income. Because it's showing in negative value, we're going to absolute this value. Okay, now we're going to divide it by total revenue. We're going to use some ifs function because there's two criteria, right? So total revenue is between 4000 and 5000 level. So if we choose the sum range, and first criteria is, sorry, we have to choose the range first. The range is this, J column. And first criteria will be, it should be above 4000. And again, we have to choose range again. It should be below 5000. And now, if you click enter, you will have this number. But again, this revenue is also showing as a negative value. In accounting, it's just a credit, so it's not really a negative value. So we're going to absolute this value again. Okay, this is correct number. Use the same knowledge to other KPIs, then you will get these numbers. 3.57 for the current ratio, for ROA 47.8, and for this debt to equity 1.32, and for the inventory turnover we're gonna do it later. For the ROE, 212.67. For the inventory turnover, if you look at the definition of it, it is just cost of goods sold and inventory. So you don't have to use some if function to do this. You can just directly refer it from the trial balance. So cost of goods sold, and cost of goods sold should be under temporary account and divided by inventory. Sorry, I chose the account name instead of the balance, but it's not a big problem. You can just adjust the column, and there you go. Okay, this is end of this challenge. Thank you for watching.